this video is going to actually be about just negative thoughts. And it's just going to be about negative thoughts and how negative thoughts can drain your energy. How negative thoughts can make you stressful and create stress for you. They can do that. That's part of what they do. That's part of what they do. Is they drain you. Negative energy. That's part of what it does. It drains you energy. It creates negative thoughts. That's what it does. Negative thoughts creates negative energy. It also creates negative things to happen to you, to attract to you. You begin to attract negative things, bad situations when you're in a negative state. When you have allowed these negative thoughts to get into you enough and to influence you enough to where you're going to start seeing a lot of negative events happening immediately. Like this is not going to take like 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, 6, 7 weeks. Like it's not going to happen immediately. You're going to see it. The thing about it is you as an individual, you as a creator of your destiny and the creator of your future and the creator of what goes on, you have to be able to recognize where these thoughts are coming from, and you also have to be able to recognize where these thoughts are coming from, and you also got to be able to recognize how to get rid of these thoughts. Okay, you got to make these negative thoughts positive thoughts. You got to change it. There's so much to it, but we're just gonna keep it simple. The reason why is because there's this duality, right? There's duality in everything. There's a yin and a yang. There's a positive and a negative, and you have to understand that. So don't think that like I'm the only person that gets negative thoughts. Or wow, these negative thoughts. Everybody gets negative thoughts. There's not one person that does not get negative thoughts just because of this thing they call duality, or this world we live in, this planet we live on. There's duality, so there's good and evil to everything, right? No matter who you are, you have to deal with it. Everybody deals with negative thoughts. It's how you deal with these negative thoughts that separates you from everyone else. Okay? A lot of people say, well, I get all these negative thoughts, and it's hard for me not to feed into them when it comes to temptation and things like that. And I get that. That makes sense. But then that just means that you're just one of those people that just you can't shake it. You can't shake the negative energy that's being to you, that's being brought to you. You can't get around it. Where there's people out there that they have the discipline to get around it. They have the discipline to push past it and push forward. And that's where the growth comes from, right? And that's how it becomes easier and easier. Just being able to push through it, having that discipline just to get through it, and it gets easier and easier as it goes on. It's just a matter of just getting through it, right? These negative thoughts, like I said. So let's talk about where these negative thoughts come from. These negative thoughts come from anywhere. Negative thoughts can come from advertisements, all these billboards and commercials and these ads that we see on fucking Twitter and Facebook and TikTok. These ads are a huge sign of negative energy, a huge source of negative energy. Let's just talk about unless it's not raising your vibration or making you feel good in a way. And when I say that, and not just that, but you also got to understand that there are a lot of situations where you might see a positive advertisement, or you might see a positive ad, and it might make you feel. The ad might make you feel good, right? That ad might make you feel good, but the call to action, right? The action that the ad might want you to take might not be a positive action, And that's what you got to look at. You got to look at the results of everything. Yeah, you can. The ad might be enticing. The ad might be a nice positive ad, but um, the ad might be a nice positive ad, but what do they ask you to do? Right? What do they ask you to do? Is that a positive action that they want you to take after you read this ad, or is it a negative action they want you to take after you read this ad? There's those kind of things you gotta look at, right? Think about it. You hear me driving and it's like kind of wet. It's actually the falls, Niagara Falls. So if you drive past Niagara Falls, your car will automatically get wet. Like all of like the roads and land down here is all water because of the mist. So it's a nice, bright, sunny day today, but it's always like you always get like this mist of like rain right near the water when you drive by here. But so yeah, we we have to understand like how to control our negative thoughts, right? There's no such thing as nobody having anything. Like when it comes to negative thoughts and temptation, like this, no one has it easy. But you guys remember that everybody has negative thoughts. Everybody goes through temptation. It's all about the habits that you create and how you deal with certain situations. Obviously, certain people deal with certain things better than other people, right? Some people might be able to deal with food and their appetite. They might be able to deal with the fact that they can withhold eating certain foods, and they have discipline where they can eat certain things. Or there might be certain people who feel like food is their weakness. They feel like it's difficult for me not to eat those things or not to snack. Um, so everybody's different. Whereas on the other hand, um, it has something to do with meditating, or being able to find time to go within. You might have people be like, man, I don't got time to do that. I mean, I can, but I don't really got time to do it. You might have some people who are like, no, I make time for it, right? Everyone is different. Everybody goes through their own thing. We all got to realize that. We are spiritual beings, okay? Living a human experience on this earth. Remember that. You are a spiritual being. A lot of the things that you want, you have to go within first. A lot of people don't know that. You got to go within first. People think all I got to do is work hard. Every person you've seen that's successful, or that you deem successful, I don't know what you think success is. Depending on what you deem success to be. There has to, for the majority of the people that you see that are successful in your eyes, there was some kind of mental struggle or some kind of mental battle that they either had to win, that they either had to fight, or that they're either still fighting it. Okay, so what can we do to avoid negative thoughts, right? Well, to be honest, for anything, right? For anything in this world, Um, no matter what it is, no matter what situation, for whatever it is, in order for you to be able to be proactive or be able to learn from your mistakes or be able to know um, how to either navigate or deal with certain situations, um, you have to be in a position to be aware. Okay, and that has to do with everything. No matter what you're talking about, you need awareness. Um, the more awareness you have, the more you will subconsciously be able to um, handle these situations and see where they're coming from and change your actions and change your reactions and change your attitude and your emotions, right? The more you're aware. If you're not aware where it's coming from, then these things will haunt you forever. But if you're aware, you can say, "Oh, yes, let me do something about this," right? So that's the number one thing when it comes to negative thoughts, is being aware of where these negative thoughts are coming from. It's slowly creating techniques and methods to deal with each and every one of them. And as you create these techniques slowly, um, these techniques will go from being something that you're consciously doing to something that you'll be doing subconsciously. You just be doing it naturally, right? And that's what you want. You want to be able to put yourself in a position where you're able to avoid all this negative energy or handle all this negative energy or these negative thoughts by on a subconscious level, where you know what I mean, like by creating these little tips and tricks.